Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Megalugi here, your coach of the Bayern Munchaks, here for NPL Season 2 Playoffs. Playoffs are finally here. As you guys can tell, I am excited. I am nervous, but I am definitely excited, right? I'm definitely excited. Also, sorry if you can hear a bit of noise in the background. I have my fan on because it's a little bit hot in here, especially because, you know, like I said, I'm all kinds of nervous, and especially because I'm supposed to be battling Neuwern in very soon. Let's put it at that. But like I said, smash the like if you guys are hyped. We are here for the playoffs, NPL Season 2. We didn't have any matches for the past 2 weeks because we took 2 forfeits in order for us to get the matchup that we have right now. But now, before I proceed any further, let me say something. So we are going up against Neuwern, coach of the Nevada Neuwerns. He is a very good opponent, and I don't want people to think that because I forfeited my matches to get this matchup that I think we have like a perfect matchup, right? Like I'm gonna 6-0 him, like I'm really gonna beat him. Keyword, better matchup. Not great matchup, a better matchup, right? So I could still very much lose it. You know, in all matter of fact, it's likely that I lose because that's Pokemon, right? But keep that in mind. So if I do lose, like I said, it's not because I thought I was gonna destroy him. Okay, better matchup. Keyword, better matchup. With all that out the way, we are here for the team builder, right? I don't even know what I'm saying. It's been a while since I did one of these team builders, so I forgot how the flow goes. We've been recording 1 minute, not too bad. So let us break down the team that this man has. All right, I have changed this team so many goddamn times. But let's look at his team first. He has got the Mega Heracross, the Garchomp, the Thundurus, the Mew, the Delphox, Swellow, Klefki, Empoleon, Alomomola, Amoonguss, and Girder. So immediately you look at this team and you notice scary stuff and versatility as well. He's got the Mega Heracross, one, I believe, if not the hardest hitting attacker, physical attack with 185 base attack. Goddamn scary with the skill link ability. So Pin, Missile, Bullet Seed, and Rock Blast all hit, you know, maximum amount of time. So the Heracross, very scary, but it does lack a bit on the speed, especially because it loses its speed when it Mega Evolves. It loses 10 base speed, so we do have to keep that in mind. I'm not very sold on if he's gonna bring it or not, but it definitely could come, especially because it hits so goddamn hard. Anytime it comes in, it picks up a kill, pretty much. Next up, he has the Garchomp. Damn, one of the most scary mons for my team because of its speed. I believe base 101 or base 102, outspeeding my Mega Gardevoir. Now Mega Gardevoir definitely OHKOs it with a Hyper Voice, but this Garchomp outspeeds it naturally, so it doesn't even need to lock itself into a move with a Choice Scarf, and it can pretty much OHKO my Mega Gardevoir. Very scary mon. I am definitely expecting this thing to come. I think it could be Choice Scarf because I like to bring my Choice Scarf Kyurem, who could OHKO it with the Ice Beam. So if he rocks a Choice Scarf on this thing, that he can always outspeed it and OHKO me back with a Dragon move. So that is the Garchomp. Next you have the Thundurus. Oh my god, another very scary mon in the scene, which again I am 100% sure it's coming because people like to bring electric mons versus my team, because although I do have 2 immunities with my Seismitoad on my Claydol, you can bring a grass type move like Grass Knot and, you know, do some damage. So, and obviously hitting my Gyarados super effectively, my Skarmory super effectively, gets coverage with Sludge Bomb and Sludge Wave to hit my Mega Gardevoir. So definitely expecting the Thundurus to come. I'm not sure what set he's going to bring. I doubt he's going to bring a Choice Scarf set. I'm kind of thinking maybe Leftovers or Life Orb with maybe Agility or Nasty Plot. Not both of them, because he needs Thunderbolt, he needs Grass Knot, and he needs either Volt Switch or Sludge Wave to deal damage against the rest of my team. So that is the Thundurus. Pretty sure it's coming because it just hits super hard and it's base speed. Next up, he has the Mew, and where do you begin with Mew? Mew is obviously the most diverse Pokemon in the game, can learn any TM, so I'm not sure what he's gonna bring. When I see Mew in League format, usually I find it that people use it pretty underwhelmingly, cannot say that word, and they usually bring like a defensive set. But this man Neuwern, if I didn't mention it in the beginning, by the way, make sure to check out his channel. His link will be in the description down below. He's definitely a cool guy. I'm kind of nervous, so usually the things I say in this video are kind of lost to me right now, but let's get back to Mew. So this man has the Mew. He could bring like a specially defensive set to handle my Mega Gardevoir, right? He could bring a physically defensive set to handle mons like my Entei, or he could bring like an all-out offensive set with, like, you know, Nasty Pod, Baton Pass, Earthquake, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Flash Cannon. I don't know. I do not know. But I definitely had to prep around for like whatever kind of thing he's gonna bring. Obviously I can't perfectly prep because he could bring anything under the sun, but that is Mew. Next up he has the Delphox, a very good answer to my Mega Gardevoir, because obviously the fire resisting my fairy and the psychic typing resisting my psychic type move. So he could bring like an Assault Vest Delphox, which I am thinking it's gonna come hit my team hard. Fire Blast, Shadow Ball. I think he gets Earth Power, I'm not sure, and I probably should have checked, but I'll check during the match, and that is a Delphox. I think it's going to come, especially because it outspeeds my Mega Gardevoir as well with base 104 speed, so we do have to consider the Delphox. Next up, he has a Swellow. Who would have thought, excuse me for a second, who would have thought that Swellow would have been such a difficult mon to prep for with its base 50 special attack and base 85 attack? But that base 85 attack is harder than, it's harder than Talonflame, and we all know how hard Talonflame is to deal with. So that is the Swellow, and I'm thinking it's gonna come either the specially offensive set with Boom Burst and Heat Wave, but I have ways around that, especially with the combination of Skarmory and Heatran, or you could bring the physically offensive set with Guts and, you know, Toxic Orb or Flame Orb, and hit really hard with Facade, Brave Bird, U-turn for momentum, that kind of stuff. But especially because this is base 125 speed and outspeeds everything on my team. Everything. So it's definitely not, maybe could be Choice Scarf to outspeed some of my Choice Scarfers, but that is the Swellow, and I'm low-key thinking this thing is gonna come. Next up, he has the Klefki. What do you say about Klefki, man? What do you say about Klefki? This thing is an annoyance. Prankster T-Wave, Prankster Spikes, Screens. Honestly, if this thing is coming, I'm expecting it not to be Screens, more on the end of Spikes, Thunder Wave, Flash Cannon, and maybe Toxic, I'm not sure, but that is the Klefki. Again, I'm thinking this thing is coming. I do have ways around it, especially he has to be fearful of my Heatran and my Entei, but that is the Klefki. Next up, he has one of his only forms of hazard move, including the Mew and the Swellow, who learns Defog, the Empoleon, and I'm definitely expecting this Empoleon to come as well, because especially defensive Empoleon is very good. Again, a very good answer to my Mega Gardevoir. I'm expecting very much to prep for my Mega Gardevoir and my Entei. So, especially defensive Empoleon takes like nothing, maybe 20 or 30% from my Hyper Voice, but I do have coverage like Focus Blast or Thunderbolt on my Mega Gardevoir, but I do have to land those Focus Blasts. Excuse me, I do have to land those Focus Blasts, so he definitely could bring the Empoleon. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's going to bring the Empoleon because he needs it for hazard removal, he needs it for Stealth Rocks, and just as an answer to my Mega Gardevoir with Flash Cannon or Steel Wing. Even if he is specially invested attack-wise, Steel Wing is still going to do a lot of damage to my Mega Gardevoir because it has lower defenses. Next up, he has the Regenerator Core, the disgusting, pee-pee stalling Regenerator Core of Amoonguss and Alomola. Now, he has all Alomola and Amoonguss. Now, these things are potentially setup fodder or potentially walls against my team, right? If you cannot break through these two mons, then you are screwed. As you know, if you watch his match versus the Long Island Golducks, you'll know what I'm saying. But Alomola, very fat on the physical side. It can be fat on the specialty side as well because of its HP, and if you slap an Assault Vest on this thing as well, then. But then if you slap an Assault Vest, you can't run Wish, you can't run Protect, so it's not as viable. But there is Mirror Coat. I am going to be scouting for that Mirror Coat on the Alomola. So that is the Alomola. I think it's 100% coming because of my Entei. Max HP, max Def, doesn't even have to go max physically defensive. Takes like 20% from my Entei Sacred Fire, Banded Sacred Fire, so we do have to keep that in mind. I'm thinking the Alomola is going to come, not so much the Amoonguss because it does get wrecked, you know, by my Mega Gardevoir Psychic, my Entei's fire moves, my Heatran, you know, mons like that. So I'm not too much expecting the Alomola, but I have prepped for it. Not too much, but have prepped for it. I am expecting the Alomola though, so there we go. Last mon he has on his team is the Girder, and I'm going to be honest, I am not expecting this thing to come, but every week I seem to be wrong with my predictions, right? I seem to be wrong. So he very much could bring this. Definitely, if it comes, it's definitely going to be like, you know, the Eviolite set, you know, Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Poison Jab from my Mega Gardevoir knockoff as well. But that is the Girder. Not too much. Like I said, I'm just not expecting this thing to come. I'm not expecting it. So I'm not going to waste too much time on it. If he does bring it in the battle, which will be going up tomorrow, then I'm going to look like a right out fool with a chicken nugget in my mouth, reference right there. So if we break it down, and I predict the mons that he's gonna bring, I'm thinking Garchomp, Thundurus, Mew, Klefki, Empoleon, and then, you know, some combination of like Delphox, Alomomola, or Swellow. Like, there are a lot of, I don't know, it's really hard to predict, because if he doesn't bring one thing and something else doesn't come and it's a good matchup for my team, I don't know. But I'm definitely 100% the ones I am sure are coming are Klefki, Empoleon, Alomomola, and Thundurus. Definitely those 4. The others are a toss-up. They're a toss-up. But without further ado, we have we have spent 10 minutes talking about this man's team, and I'm actually gonna be battling him in like 20 minutes, half an hour. So I gotta hurry this thing up. Calm down. Calm down. I am nervous, like I told you guys. Let us get into our team. So, the first mod that we're bringing on our team is Vaseline, our Toxicroak with the Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Gunk Shot, Drain Punch, 68 HP, Max Attack, 80 Speed, Adamant with the Dry Skin, holding the Life Orb. Now, let me tell you guys from the get-go, this right here, this Vaseline, this beautiful Vaseline is our win condition. Because if we got up a +2, other than the Garchomp, okay, everything is O-code by one combination of these moves or another. Sucker Punch, Mew, Delphox, Thundurus, Swellow, yeah, those. Gunk Shot for the Swellow, the Amoonguss, the Alomomola, the Garchomp, not the Garchomp, the Mega Heracross, the Thundurus, the Girder. Okay, the Drain Punch for the Empoleon, pretty much just for the Empoleon, and actually at +2, if he is especially defensive set on his Klefki, then Drain Punch OHKOs that thing. Alright, so this is our win condition, and the reason why it's very important is because you see the Alomomola and you see the Empoleon. Potentially, if the Empoleon is not covering, well, it is going to be, you know, packing Steel type move, but the Alomomola, if it is covering the standard set of like Scald, Knockoff, Toxic, Protect, Wish, any of that, then that is setup fodder for our Toxicroak, because it cannot touch us because of the Dry Skin. We absorb water type moves. Knockoff's gonna do nothing. Obviously, if he gets rid of the Life Orb, that's a problem, but I can just set up in its face, get up to +4, +6, whatever with the Swords Dance, and sweep through his team, right? Now, I do want to say, I know Alomomola gets Psychic. That is something that I looked up, and we are 4 times weak to Psychic, doing around 40% to us. I am not sure if he's going to be carrying the Psychic, because honestly, I don't know if he's going to catch it, because this is the only thing on my team that's weak to Psychic. This is the only thing that would take some damage. Well, you know, the Mienshao as well, but if he doesn't cover carry Psychic, then it's not going to be, if he does carry Psychic, he's going to be losing some coverage on his other support moves, so we're definitely going to have to be scouting for it during the battle. Like I said, we can take 1 Psychic, so if it does come down to it, we can still set up 1 Swords Dance and proceed to OHKO him from there, which Gunk Shot actually does. So that is Vaseline, our Toxicroak. Like I said, very important mon for us to potentially sweep late game. The only thing it does not OHKO is the Garchomp, so we will have to weaken that with the rest of our team, and you'll see that's how we worked around the rest of our mons. So that is Toxicroak, our Vaseline. Next up, we have Sub-Zero, our Kyurem, with the Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Earth Power, Ice Beam, 180 HP, max special attack, 52 speed. Now, that speed that you see right there is enough for us to outspeed, I believe, yeah, a max speed Adamant Mega Heracross and a no speed invested Mew, in case he wants to bring like a bulky Mew. Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Earth Power, Ice Beam, hitting everything on his team super hard. Earth Power for the Empoleon and the Amoonguss and the Delphox, Ice Beam for the Amoonguss, the Swellow, the Garchomp, the Thundurus, Draco Meteor just to hit everything hard, because he does have one fairy being the Klefki, but that thing can get an Earth Power and get, you know, like potentially definitely 2-hit KO'd if he's especially defensive, and even OHKO'd if he's physically defensive. Now, the reason why we have an Assault Vest is because we resist Thundurus' stabs, right? We take around 14%, maybe even less, from a Volt Switch from the Thundurus, and I really have a hard time dealing with Thundurus, like I mentioned, so that's why I need an Assault Vest. Take hits like the Fire Blast from the Delphox, the potential Psychic from the Mew, the Thunderbolt from the Thundurus, the Boom Burst, the Heat Wave, the Flash Cannon, the Scald, all those moves. That is why we have the Assault Vest. I could have gone, you know, potentially Choice Scarf to outspeed some of his mons, but I'm expecting a Choice Scarf Garchomp, so Choice Scarf Kyurem wouldn't be that viable, especially because he can just come in and revenge me, so that's not going to be very nice. And Assault Vest with this HP investment actually allows us to live a Dragon Claw from a Garchomp. Okay, so that is one thing to consider. He's not going to lock himself into Outrage because I have, you know, a Fairy type and a Steel type on my team. So that is why I think with this HP investment, it will be nice. We can live a Dragon Claw 100% from full, and we can OHKO with the Ice Beam. This is our Kyurem. Definitely not going to be like a sweeper or anything, just going to be around to, you know, potentially take some hits and deal out some damage as well. So that is Sub-Zero, our Kyurem. Next up, we have Mulan, our Mienshao. Standard set every week, like I say, every team builder. High Jump Kick, Knockoff, U-Turn, Drain Punch, Max Attack, Max Speed, Reckless this week actually, Jolly with the Choice Scarf. We outspeed everything on his team except for a Choice Scarf Swallow. So that is something to keep in mind, and we OHKO almost, if not 2-hit KO, everything on his team with this type. We are going Reckless this week because I wanted that extra damage. We don't have the Regenerator, which I like to have as a bit of a failsafe if there are hazards up and all that kind of stuff. But we miss out on KOs that we wouldn't have got with the Regenerator, so that's why we're going with Reckless. High Jump Kick is a 2-hit KO versus the Garchomp, and we outspeed a Scarf Garchomp as well. High Jump Kick is a 2-hit KO versus a resisted Thundurus as well. Mew's a problem. Delphox, High Jump Kick, 2-hit KO. Swallow, OHKO. Klefki, sometimes OHKO. Empoleon, OHKO. Almamola, 2-hit KO. Amoonguss, problem. Girder, OHKO. So the mons that this is not, you know, 2-hit KO are the Amoonguss and the Mew, but we have ways around that. Like I said, Toxicroak can deal with that, and Amoonguss, I'm not too much expecting it to come. It could, but hey, that's playoffs for you, right? So this, like I said, very standard set. We have the Drain Punch because I didn't really need any other move. I could have gone for Stone Edge, but I don't want to lock myself into Stone Edge, especially because High Jump Kick 2-hit KOs the Thundurus, and Drain Punch is there late game in case we can, you know, everything is whittled down. We can get some health back. We can knock out some mons, so Drain Punch is there. Excuse me. That is Mulan, our Mienshao. Like I said, standard set is standard every week, and playoffs are no different. Coming in next, we have Amidala, our Mega Gardevoir, rocking the Hyper Voice, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Thunder Wave, 188 HP, max special attack, 60 speed with the Modest Nature. Now, that speed investment that you see is the same as the Kyurem, I believe, enough to outspeed a max speed Adamant, Mega Heracross, and a max speed Timid Empoleon, in case he wants to be that guy. Hyper Voice, hitting everything really hard. Thunderbolt to hit the Empoleon. You know, I know the Thundurus does have Volt Absorb, but who's gonna switch out into a Thundurus versus a Mega Gardevoir, right? So Thunderbolt is there for the Almamola, the Swallow, the Empoleon, and Shadow Ball is there for the Mew and the Assault Vest Delphox if he doesn't bring it, because other than that, I can't really hit it too hard. And Thunder Wave is there because early game, if I have my Mega Gardevoir out, I want to see what his initial switch in is to my Mega Gardevoir. He's definitely not going to be switching in his Garchomp, so I can go for a free Thunder Wave, get something paralyzed, and we'll be good to go from there. And with the HP investment that you see right here, we can live a Choice Scarf Jolly Garchomp's Earthquake after Stealth Rocks, and we can live a Sludge Wave from a Modest Thundurus. So keep that in mind. Of course, this is obviously if we are at max HP, and the special attack is this to just nuke everything. If the Mew is carrying leftovers, then we have like a 10% chance to 2-hit KO it with Hyper Voice if he is max HP, max special defense, Calm Nature. So we do have to keep that in mind. But Amidala, our Gardevoir. Initially, I was not planning on bringing this thing, but I just thought, you know what, it hits too goddamn hard, so I have to bring it. Even though I know he's gonna be prepping for it extremely hard, it's just too hard to pass up on this thing. So that is Mega Gardevoir, our Amidala. Coming in at number 5 on our team, we have Father, our Entei, Sacred Fire, Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed, Toxic, 196 HP, Max Attack, Adamant with 60 speed, holding the Choice Band. Now, this is another one of the mons that I initially was not going to be bringing on my team because, like I said, I know he's going to be prepping extremely hard for this mon, because everyone does, because I seem to bring it every week. And he has, you know, one of the best answers to it, being Almamola. Like I said, max HP, max special defense, not even defensive. Takes like 30% from a Sacred Fire. So, but other than that, my idea around this is because yes, he has the Amumu, but other than that, it does so much damage. Yes, Scarf Garchomp is a problem. What's it called? But if we chip his team down, Extreme Speed late game just cleans up. Sacred Fire can OHKO the Thundurus. We can take like a Thunderbolt, right? We're not outright OHKO'd. Mew, if he's max special defense, max HP like I expect, then he is not taking a Sacred Fire. If he has Earthquake as well, it is potentially a 2-hit KO. Potentially a 2-hit KO. Delphox does not want to take a Sacred Fire either. Extreme Speed, there. Now I could run Stone Edge. I actually might change up Stone Edge before the battle. I don't know, because I believe when I looked at the calcs, Delphox still takes around 50% from Sacred Fire, so we do have to consider that, and we can take some hits, especially because of our HP investment. Swallow, OHKO'd. Swallow is OHKO'd after Rocks with Extreme Speed as well. Empoleon, if he's specially defensive, takes like 90% from the Sacred Fire. Amoonguss, gone. This is why I'm not expecting him to bring the Amoonguss, because just Entei demolishes this thing. It demolishes it. So that is Entei, our father, our Entei. We have the Flare Blitz there as well, because just in case Sacred Fire is not enough late game to pick up some crucial KOs, we have the Flare Blitz and we can, get some extra damage. Toxic is there because early game, if I lead off with this thing, he's gonna switch out into potentially his Garchomp or his Delphox or his Alomomola. I go for the Toxic, get those things Toxic. They have no way of getting rid of it, so that is why we have the Toxic. Again, wasn't completely sure I was going to bring this thing, but I had to bring it. But moving on to our last member, we have Skarmory, Icarus, our Skarmory, rocking the Stealth Rocks, Roost, Whirlwind Spikes, max HP, max special defense, calm, sturdy, holding the leftovers. So a few things I want to say right here. We are for the first time bringing a specially defensive Skarmory. Every week I bring max physically defense because, that's what Skarmory is good at, but this week, never mind. This week we are bringing especially defensive because his physical threats don't he doesn't have that much of physical threat. Express is other than his Mega Heracross and his Garchomp, but I'm not expecting the Mega Heracross to come and Garchomp outrage Stone Edge. Even if I'm not physically defensive invested, then it's barely going to do any damage. And with the special defense, we can take a potential Fire Blast from that Garchomp as well. We can take a Fire Blast. Well, we can take a Heat Wave and a Boom Burst from the Swallow. We can take a Scald from the Empoleon and all that kind of good stuff. So I didn't feel the need to go physically defensive. We have Stealth Rocks, Roost, Whirlwind, and Spikes. As you see, no attacking moves and no hazard removal on this team. Now, boy, I debated on this for ages, guys. You don't know how long I have been prepping for this man's team, and initially I had a very different team. Entei was not there, Mega Gardevoir was not there. We had two different mons, and these sets that you see on the rest of the mons were different, but I inevitably decided to go up with no hazard removal, because if he wants to get rid of hazards on his side of the field, which is why I have Stealth Rocks and Spikes, I'm gonna tempt him to remove hazards. He is gonna have to go for Defog because he has no Rapid Spin, right? He has Empoleon with Defog, Swallow with Defog, and Mew with Defog. So he's gonna want to get rid of rocks because the Delphox takes damage, the Swallow takes damage, the Thundurus takes damage, Spikes are gonna stack up. So if he wants to get rid of hazards, then he's gonna have to get rid of hazards. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but obviously rocks hinder my team as well with the Entei and the Kyurem, but I felt like Spikes would be really nice. Again, I may change it up before the match, I don't know, but I felt like Spikes would be really nice. I may change it up, put the Defog, and no attacking moves as well. That's not really a problem. He may carry Taunt on mons like his Mew, but I didn't feel like Brave Bird did too much, neither did Iron Head. So that is Skarmory. Initially, I wanted to bring Rapid Spin on our Claydol, and like you see as well, I want to bring that point out. We have no ground type Pokemon, so we have no immunity to the Volt Switch from his Thundurus. But he does not know that. Obviously he's going to know that when he sees the team, but he's probably going to expect me to bring some kind of ground type like Seismitoad or Claydol, so he may bring U-Turn instead of Volt Switch. We're going to have to keep that in mind, but the way I thought about this, right, is Thundurus versus my team. Other than the Skarmory, everything else pressures out the Thundurus. Entei can take a Thunderbolt, OHKOs with Sacred Fire. Gardevoir can take a Thunderbolt, OHKOs with Hyper Voice. Toxicroak can take a Thunderbolt, OHKO with Gunk Shot. Kyurem can take a move, OHKO. Mienshao can take a move, OHKO. So that is why I based my team around this, right? Nothing except the Skarmory, like I said. Excuse me. Everything puts pressure on the Thunderer, so he's not gonna have like I'm not gonna kill him on. He brings it in and just revenge kills me, unless I'm really low HP. But ideally, nothing is gonna give that thing a free setup. So that is why I base it around that. And also a few more things. So I am calm on my Skarmory, which reduces my attack, but like I said, I have no attacking moves. So if he has Foul Play on his Klefki, they're gonna be taking the minimum amount of damage that we can take from Foul Blade, because it's based off our attack, and we have a negative reducing attack nature. Also, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah, the Alomomola. So the Alomomola for me is something I actually want to keep around as long as possible. You may be asking why would you want to keep one of his mons around? Well, like I said, it is setup fodder for my team. If I can get Toxicroak in versus that thing every time it's in, even if he wants to switch out, I get a free Swords Dance. So I'm gonna try to keep Alomomola around as long as I can, unless the situation calls for it to be gone. It's a game. You can't predict the game 100%, but I want to keep that thing around because it is setup fodder. Same with the Empoleon. A Steel type move will do some damage. I know Empoleon gets Earthquake as well. It does not Oko me, and I can get all that damage back with the Drain Punch from my Toxicroak. So that is the game plan, and that is the team. Ladies and gentlemen, I am nervous beyond all kinds of nervous, man. The match is coming up very soon. Make sure to come back tomorrow for the match. And like I said, you know what? If we pick up a loss this weekend, we are out of playoffs. Obviously, I'm not going to be happy, but I ain't going to be mad. My first YouTube league, we made it to playoffs. I'm happy with my performance. I'm happy with my team. And hopefully we just don't get 6-0 and we put up a good fight. And you know what? If I lose, I know the shit talking is never going to end because I wanted this matchup. But again, I stress the word better. Not perfect matchup, better matchup. But make sure to smash the like if you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments how you think we're going to do, any changes you would have made. Check out my boy Noivern in the description down below. And until tomorrow, guys, it has been your boy Mega Lugia here, checking out. Let's go Bayern Munchlax. Peace.